Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me the chance to comment on these statements by Honorable Maruma and Honorable Langat. Teaching, as you know, Honorable Speaker, you and I are teachers, and Honorable Maruma is also a teacher. Teaching is a lifelong profession, a profession that you choose to go to. For those of us who've been in the classroom for so long, to be in the classroom for over 40 years, it required that you really liked that particular field. So it's a lifelong choice that I want to teach, I want to pass knowledge to other people. And that's why we stayed in the classroom for that long. Being a subject of choice should not be something that is forced on someone. When I was a young boy, I said I wanted engineering, I couldn't get engineering, I wanted teaching, so I went into teaching. It wasn't something that was forced on me. So to force somebody to go and become a teacher does not make sense, because once you force a human being to do something they don't like, they cannot do well in that particular field because they resent you being forced to do things that they do not want. It used to be that you go to a college or a university of your choice, the university that offered the courses that you were interested in. In my case, I chose Kenya Science, mathematics, physics, because that's what I wanted to train on. That is what I wanted to teach. So I went out there, I studied those subjects, and I went on to the classroom. I went on to teach. Those who wanted arts would go to schools, colleges that offered arts, and they would go and train and go on and teach those subjects. There was never such a thing called forcing somebody to go and train on a field that they were not interested in. If anything, they would have to be in service. And that in service required that there was something new teachers had to know to teach. And that, as has been said already, was financed by the ministry, was financed by whoever was sending those people to training. The world over, we know, Madam Speaker, the world over, we know that when you are an employee of a certain factory or a hospital or whatever it is, whoever thinks that you lack in some piece of knowledge, you lack in some field, you lack in some specialty, would send you over to train at their cost, so you would come back and be a good employee. But it seems to me, for over these years I've been in the classroom, education has changed from what it used to be to something like a commercial field. It's been commercialized. It's been commercialized to a point where sometimes some of the things forced on the people are ridiculous, such as the ones when you are told you go and take a particular course and pay 150,000 shillings for teachers who are not even paid enough money. I've been teaching for those over 40 years, and I'm not rich, because education is not a field you go to get rich. So to tell a teacher to pay 150,000 shillings to do something they are not interested in is tantamount to some kind of dictation. And that is something an intelligent teacher would not agree to. So as Honorable Kaniri said, as people who represent these teachers, we're going to fight for teachers. We're going to say this is ridiculous. Something better must be found for those teachers to train. If at all, they need to be trained. Somebody that is trained for 30 years already knows what they were trained on and should not be forced to go to new